set builder notation the name of the general element doesn't matter. It don't really matter because it don't really matter. It doesn't matter. So if I say that the set X such that P of X is true, I could also say the set Y such that P of Y is true, and I could also say that it's the set theta such that P of theta is true. This is just a symbol of hope in the city of Gotham. It allows you to represent general elements of whose truth value is going to be tested through this proposition, right? And what we say is, when you're choosing this symbol, I would do it strategically. So in this case, could you guess what type of set I might want to describe if I use theta? Set of angles. If I'm in calculus, could you guess if I do domain elements or range elements using Y? Range elements. If I'm in calculus and I want to use X. Yeah, so we kind of choose the notation based on the particular problem that we're working on to fill in the gaps as such. Okay. Oh, we're flying. So much less fun than getting to know my students, but it's also, yeah, I've just placed a huge intellectual burden on your free time. This is called novice teaching. Lecturing I consider to be novice teaching because it does not inspire deep learning. It inspires stress. All right. So we're going to look at a bunch of important number systems in this class. So we'll start all using what we call the blackboard notation. If these had Instagram accounts, they would have lots of followers. These are very, very famous in math. These are like influencers, but not the type whose parents pay for entrance to Stanford. Go community colleges. That's all I got to say on that one. All right. Should I edit that out? What do you think? I'm going to be myself. I can't not be myself, and I know that the camera's running, but this is how I am. So, all right. So this one's going to be called the natural numbers. What do we say for all non-French citizens? 1 through. You got it. It's kind of inconvenient for classes like Engineering 11, but it will suffice. This is called. Anybody know what this is called? Integers. And then there's a few different ways that I've seen the integers. I'm going to do the bijection that shows that the cardinality of these two sets are equal. Don't worry about what I just said unless you took Math 22, in which case worry about it. But then the other way that I've seen this is that you can do like ... -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. The least interesting version of infinity, right? Is that Alf not? I forget. I have one person that speaks German. At least one person that speaks German, right? German speaker in the house? Anna, you speak German? No, Russian only? I mean, not only, but like, Jesus. No German speakers? Anybody know the word for number in German? Darn it. I'm pretty sure that's not German. The letter Z comes from the word number in German, and I think it's something like this. What is it? Z-A-H-L-E-N. Z-A-H-L-E-N. Awesome. Thank you for that, Mike. Yeah, so that's where Z comes from, number, right? It's like a classical version of numbers where you're allowed to do 0 and negatives. And then we have something called the rational numbers. Okay, this one is with Q. Don't ask me why they chose Q. So it's the set of all x such that x is equal to p divided by q, what's the condition in p and q? They're both integers, and what's the condition on q? Yeah, sorry, is not 0. So do you see that that's a proposition? Okay. And then we've got something called the real numbers, and I'm going to cheat. And I want you to, anybody have a rotten tomato that you brought with me to class today? I want you to throw it at me in just a second. Okay, now I want my rotten tomatoes to be thrown right at me. If you can, if you hit me in the head, I'd appreciate that. This is stupid. This is dumb. How can I define a set where I say that the real numbers is a set of real numbers? Do you know why I do that? No, there's a lot of ways. You can do it constructively. Or this is called real analysis. You'd spend a quarter and a half in your last course in upper division, and then you spend, literally I've taken 6 real analysis course, 3 at the upper division level, 3 at the graduate level. You could spend a life in real analysis. Sadly, a lot of the cheap problems have been solved. Not cheap, but stuff that only costs, I don't know, a decade. A lot of that was solved a long time ago. Like calculus is real analysis light, right? Calculus is Excel. Real analysis is assembly language, right? So I'm not going to go into that because there's another class that does it. For now, all I want you to know is that real numbers include non-rational numbers. So pi, e, square root of 4, plus 1, square root of 5, right? And then do you know the last one that we call? Yeah, complex numbers. Yeah, I don't know. I forget, to be honest with you. At some point I've thought about mathematical history. I don't remember why they do imaginary. So this is the set of all a plus b I. Any electrical engineers in the house? Okay, you're allowed to write J, because I is for current, right? And then you know the 2 conditions on A and B?
A and B are real.
And then what's I?
Solution of, I think it's x squared is equal to...
Beautiful. That's the formal way to do it. Yep. What's your name?
Adam.
Nice job, Adam. You made my heart flutter just now, Adam.